What's up everyone, Patrick here, welcome back. And in this next question, we're told that you're gonna have a picnic with 8 of your friends. So you're gonna bring 9 pieces of food, which consists of 4 identical slices of pizza, 2 identical muffins, and 3 identical cookies. And we have to figure out how many ways can the food be distributed. If number 1, each person gets 1 piece of food. And then we're gonna redo number 1. If you are going to have a muffin, for sure. And then number 3, we're going to redo number 1 again, if you will have a slice of pizza or a cookie. It's going to be one of those 2 cases. So starting with number 1, this here is basically going to be a labeling problem. And we're going to have to set this up as a multinomial coefficient. So you're bringing 9 pieces of food. Each person's going to get 1 piece of food. And that makes sense because there's 8 of your friends plus you. So there's going to be 9 people in total. But notice that there are identical items that are appearing more than once that have a frequency that's greater than 1. 4 identical slices of pizza, 2 identical muffins, and then 3 identical cookies. So those are going to go in the bottom portion of this multinomial coefficient. Let's put these in order: 4, 3, 2, like that. And notice that the sum of these is equal to 9. 4 slices of pizza, 3 cookies, 2 muffins. And because they're all identical, that's why they would appear in this bottom row. Let's say that there were 3 cookies, but all 3 of them were different. Then instead of having a 3 here, we would have 1, 1, and 1. But because we're told everything is identical, sometimes you got to be careful with these questions. You may have to make some assumptions. Like maybe in a textbook, this question wouldn't have the word identical. I put identical just so there's no confusion. But it may say 4 slices of pizza, 2 muffins, 3 cookies. And then usually, especially if it's a labeling chapter, then you can assume that those are going to be identical items. But I just wrote the word identical not to cause any confusion here. And so the value of this multinomial coefficient, which is 9 factorial over 4 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial, this is actually going to be the answer to number 1. And when you do this over here, you would end up with 1,260. So that's the answer to number 1. Now, number 2 is saying to redo number 1, but it's saying that you are going to have a muffin for sure. So what that means is that now you're going to have a muffin and then the rest of the food is going to be distributed. So you're already taken care of. And so we just have to redo this for the 8 remaining people. Your 8 friends, and you're going to have to distribute the remaining food to them. Well, what food is remaining? We still have the 4 slices of pizza. We have the 3 cookies. But now, instead of there being 2 muffins, you already took 1, so there's just going to be 1 left. And notice the sum of this is equal to that. And so this would end up being 8 factorial over 4 factorial times 3 factorial times 1 factorial. Now, I mentioned in other word problems, a lot of times you won't see if there's like a 1 here. Maybe a solution won't show this 1 factorial because 1 factorial is just equal to 1. It may just show 8 factorial over 4 factorial times 3 factorial. But personally, I like to put everything here just to be safe, just to make sure. It's a nice way to check that the sum of all of this is equal to that. But again, you don't necessarily have to put the 1 factorial there. And a solution may not show that, and it would still be the same answer. Right, so 8 factorial over this denominator would give you 280. So notice how many less cases there are if you for sure are going to have a muffin. Right, so 280 is the answer for that. And then number 3, I'm going to erase these just to give myself some room. Number 3, there's actually 2 cases that we have to work with. So either you are going to have a cookie or you're going to have a slice of pizza. So two different cases we have to work with, so we're going to have to add them up. So if you have a cookie, same exact thing, 8 of your friends, you have to distribute the remaining food to 8 of your friends. And this would end up being what? 8 factorial, or we're going to put the multinomial coefficient first. So we're going to have 8 up here. You're going to have a cookie, so there's still going to be 4 slices of pizza left. There's going to be 2 muffins still, and then there's going to be 2 cookies left, right? And then you're having the other cookie. Now, if you have a slice of pizza, there's still 8 friends to distribute the remaining food to, but now there's going to be 3 slices of pizza left. There's still going to be 2 muffins. There's still going to be 3 cookies. Let's put this in order, actually. 3, 3, and then 2. And then the values of these, we're going to end up over here having 8 factorial over 4 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial plus 8 factorial over 3 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial, like that. And when you do this, you would end up with 420 over here for this value. And then this value would end up being 560. And so you would just add those up. Final answer would be 980. Right, so that's the answer to number 3. Because you were either going to have a cookie or a pizza, we had to split it up into 2 different cases and then sum up the cases.